Okay, so let's move on here to 10.3. We're going to start looking at chords in a circle, and specifically we are going to look at a diameter in a chord when they intersect. So if we look right up here, we have if a diameter and a chord. So in our diagram right down here below, we have our diameter, remember, goes across the circle from side to side through the center. So here, that I'm highlighting in red, that's our diameter. And then, and the chord, so the chord is going to be here to here. It does not go through the center. It says if a diameter and a chord are, well, we got a square here at the corner, so are perpendicular, then the chord and its arcs are both bisected. So what does that actually mean? So let's erase my little marks here. So if these guys are perpendicular, which they are, we've got a chord and a diameter that are perpendicular. That means the two pieces of the chord, this piece and this piece, are going to be equal to each other, which means if NK is 7, that also means HN is also 7. They're equal to each other. It also means their arcs are bisected into equal parts, which means this arc here is going to equal this arc over here. So when we start thinking about how we're going to answer these questions, what is the length of HN? Okay, so we said that the chord is bisected into two equal pieces. Well, we know that if this piece is 7, this piece here is 7, HN is that other half. So HN is just 7, which means if HN is 7, HK all the way across the chord there is going to be 14. And then if I want to know how can I write and solve an equation to find x, we know also that these arcs are bisected, which means this piece and this piece are going to be equal to each other. So I can write that 11x equals 70 plus x. And if we want to get x by itself, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I get 10x equals 70, x equals, look at that, it also equals 7, which is, that doesn't all have to be equal to 7, but in this case it does happen to be x equal to 7. Okay, so let's just look at a few more examples here. Again, we've got a diameter coming across here. We've got a chord here, and they are perpendicular, which means we've just broken it up into some equal pieces. So if this part right here is 8, that also means that x is also going to be 8, which means JG, going all the way across the circle, is going to be 8 plus 8, which is 16. Okay, another pretty basic example here. Again, we've got a diameter, we've got a chord, they're perpendicular. This time we're looking at the arcs. I know that we're looking at the arcs because it's in degrees, and I know that those two arcs are going to be equal because that was the theorem that we talked about on the previous slide. So if this piece is 40, this piece is also going to be 40. And arc RT, which is going from here to here, is going to be 40 plus 40, which is 80 degrees, because we are talking about an arc, so it measures in degrees. Okay, a couple more examples here, pretty simple. We've got a diameter again, we've got a chord, they're perpendicular, which means those two pieces of that chord are going to be equal to each other. So 5x minus 6 equals 2x plus 9. I'm going to subtract, oops, not 3x, excuse me. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides and get 3x. If I add 6 to both sides, I get 3x equals 15 and x equals 5. Okay, so that was segments, part of the chord here, that are equal to each other. Notice these are in degrees here, which means we are talking about this arc and this arc, which means we have, again, a diameter and a chord, and those two pieces are going to be equal to each other. So we are just going to set 5x plus 2 equal to 7x minus 12. And if we solve that, we subtract 5x from both sides and get 2 equals 2x minus 12. If I add 12 to both sides, I get 14 equals 2x, and x equals 7. So really, when we're looking at these, diameter and chord bisect each other, make it into equal pieces. So we're just going to set our equations equal to each other as we are doing this. So good luck.